Okay, welcome to Domain 7, Security Operations. Here, cybersecurity becomes tangible, where frameworks meet people and policies turn into muscle memory. Think of this domain as the heartbeat of security: constant motion, constant vigilance. Every principle you'll learn connects directly to something you already do: securing your home Wi Fi, backing up your photos, or managing family devices. Let's start with investigations: how we find out what really happened and when things go wrong. When you film your garage after a break in, you're doing digital forensics in its purest form. You secure the scene, capture evidence before it disappears, and make sure no one tampers with the proof. In cyber investigations, we do the same: capture logs, memory, and screenshots, recording who handled what and when. Without that chain of custody, your case falls apart, just like blurry, unverified footage in court. Evidence collection is the art of preserving truth in a crisis. When your phone pings with a fraud alert, or your camera app logs motion at midnight, that's monitoring in action. Your house is your network. Your sensors are your logs. They help tell you what's normal versus what's suspicious. At scale, companies use SIEM tools for the same reason: context. Monitoring turns chaos into clarity and time into response. The moment you set up a new router, changing defaults, renaming networks, turning off risky features, that's configuration management at home. It's how you harden devices before an attacker ever sees them. In IT, we do the same for servers and cloud environments: baseline, document, audit. Secure provisioning turns a new device from a target into a fortress. When your teenager can browse but not install apps, you're applying least privilege. You install software separately. That's separation of duties. It's the same pattern in enterprises: one person requests, another approves, a third audits. This balance of power prevents accidents and intentional misuse alike. Privilege isn't about trust, it's about containment. Think about that USB drive in your safe. That's media protection. When you zip and password protect documents before sending them, you're managing data in transit. Enterprises do the same with encrypted backups, restricted drives, and shredders for old documentation. Resource protection isn't paranoia, it's good housekeeping for information. When your Wi Fi shows an unknown device and you lock it out, you've begun incident response. You isolate, fix, recover, and then ask, how did this happen? That reflection and lessons learned is what matures an organization's resilience. In cybersecurity, incidents aren't failures, they're forced upgrades in awareness. That decoy folder labeled private, that's a small scale honeypot, your way of spotting unwanted snooping. Firewalls block danger, antivirus disinfects it, and logs record the attempt. Running these tools daily keeps you ahead of silent attacks. Operations is persistence, protection through repetition. When you update your phone, you're closing an open window before rain gets in. At work, we use scanners and risk scores to decide which doors to lock first. Patching is prioritization, balancing stability and security. Apply updates deliberately, verify success, and record proof. Now let's formalize how those changes happen. Every time you warn your family that Wi Fi will be down for maintenance, you're exercising change control. You communicated, tested, and planned rollback if something went wrong. Enterprises do the same to avoid business interruptions. Documentation turns blame into learning. When lightning strikes, your UPS hums quietly and your router stays alive. That's fault tolerance. Having your picture saved in two places means never losing memories to a crash. In business, redundancy saves revenue the same way backup saved photos. Recovery is comfort built into chaos. Now let's talk about that spare laptop you keep in the closet. That's your disaster recovery plan. When disaster hits, you don't mourn the hardware, you recover the data. Businesses classify systems by criticality and restore them by priority order. Speed and sequence turn panic into procedure. When you kill the power at home to see if your hotspot holds up, you're performing a simulation drill. You learn which chargers fell, which batteries last, and who panics first. Companies do the same thing to verify RTOs and RPOs. Practice now so you don't experiment in a crisis. When you tether your laptop to your phone, you're proving that productivity doesn't need perfect conditions. That's continuity, alternate resources sustaining the mission. In enterprises, it means temporary sites, manual workflows, and cross trained staff. Continuity turns disruption into detour. Before encryption and firewalls, there were doors and keys. Your smart lock and camera setup is exactly what data centers use, just scaled up with badges and guards. If an attacker can touch a server, no firewall can save it. Physical security is layer zero. Everything else builds upon it. When you travel and avoid public Wi Fi, you're doing personal OPSEC, operational security. You protect yourself from theft and from curiosity. Organizations mirror this: awareness training, insider threat monitoring, and safety protocols for travel. The goal is simple: empower people to be the first line of defense, not the weakest link. Okay, that's a wrap for security operations. Now let's test your CISSP mindset. Before we jump into the quiz, here are a few things to keep in mind. CISSP questions aren't designed to test how many facts you can memorize. They test how you think. You'll often see multiple answers that look correct from a technical point of view, but your goal is to choose the best next step or the option that reflects sound, risk-based judgment. Always approach each question from a risk advisor and managerial perspective. Ask yourself, which choice best supports business objectives while minimizing risk? That's the mindset the exam is built around, and it's what separates someone who understands cybersecurity from someone who can lead it. Let's get started. Question 1. A malware-infected critical server can't be taken offline without business loss. What's the most appropriate next step? A. Shut down immediately to contain spread. B. Isolate from network and capture volatile memory for analysis. C. Notify legal and PR before containment. D. Patch and resume normal service quickly. The correct answer is B. Isolate from network and capture volatile memory for analysis. CISSP thinking values evidence preservation and business continuity simultaneously, not knee-jerk shutdowns. Question 2. You see repeated failed VPN logins from foreign IPs after hours. What's the first step? A. Force a company-wide password reset. B. Correlate with SIEM, verify authenticity, and check for known travel exceptions. C. Block all foreign IPs. D. Alert leadership immediately. Correct answer is B. Correlate with SIEM, verify authenticity, and check for known travel exceptions. Risk advisors investigate before escalating or acting broadly. Confirm before disruption. Question 3. A recent patch caused instability in test environments. Management insists on deployment. What's the best course? A. Deploy fully to meet deadlines. B. Delay indefinitely until vendor resolves. C. Escalate risk and suggest pilot deployment on a lower tier system. D. Approve under emergency change with rollback plan. The correct answer is C. escalate risk, and suggest pilot deployment on lower tier systems. Controlled pilot plus risk communication balances agility and responsibility. Question 4. Which scenario best demonstrates separations of duties in operations? A. Same engineer detects and closes incidents. B. SOC investigates alerts. Another team approves changes. C. CISO manages both technical and financial approvals. D. Developers and DBAs share the same credentials. The correct answer is B. SOC investigates alerts. Another team approves changes. Independent review ensures accountability and reduces fraud. Question 5. Evidence is delivered with incomplete chain of custody paperwork. What's your immediate CISSP style response? A. Suspend analysis until custody validation is complete. B. Log the issue and proceed with analysis. C. Hash the evidence and proceed cautiously. D. Contact HR to note policy violation. The correct answer is A. Suspend analysis until custody validation is complete. Evidence integrity outweighs speed or curiosity. Question 6. Power failure shuts down the primary data center. Email must be back online within 4 hours. Which plan initiates first? A. Business continuity. B. Disaster recovery. C. Incident response. D. Crisis communication. The correct answer is B. Disaster recovery. Disaster recovery restores critical IT services. Question 7. A sysadmin bypasses change control to fix an outage. What's the best CISSP aligned managerial response? A. Praise the initiative but require immediate documentation and review. B. Reverse the change and issue formal reprimand. C. Ignore since the outcome was positive. D. Escalate to HR for violation report. The correct answer is A. Praise the initiative, but require immediate documentation and review. Balance accountability and learning. Reinforce policy, not punishment. Question 8. Disaster recovery drills always meet the timeline, but no post-mortem review occurs. What's the highest hidden risk? A. Time wasted rehearsing. B. False confidence from unvalidated assumptions. C. Lack of leadership involvement. D. Failure to notify stakeholders. The correct answer is B. False confidence from unvalidated assumptions. Question 9. An external partner submits a request for system logs outside of the audit scope. What's the best action? A. Share for transparency. B. Deny access completely. C. Clarify scope and provide only relevant data supporting objectives. D. Ask for executive approval first. The correct answer is C. Clarify scope and provide only relevant data supporting objectives. Controlled transparency maintains trust and compliance. Question 10. An employee reports clicking a phishing link, but acted quickly to report it. What should the manager do? A. Thank them, isolate the device, and analyze email headers. B. Suspend the account immediately. C. Send a base-wide warning. D. Erase all logs to prevent panic. The correct answer is A. Thank them, isolate device, and analyze email header. Reinforce good reporting behavior and handle the threat methodically. CISSP managers shape culture. Punishment discourages honesty. Okay, now let's talk about how these questions reflect real CISSP thinking. Each one is designed to test judgment and layered reasoning, not just memorization. Now, will most of the questions on the exam be this simplistic? No, but the concepts still apply. The exam often focuses on identifying the best next step or the underlying principle being applied. That's one of CISSP's favorite tricks. And here's the challenge. Many answers will sound technically correct, but only one truly aligns with primary intent, the most appropriate action from a managerial, risk-based perspective. That's what separates a good technician from a true CISSP. Okay, excellent work. You've mastered the practical side of cybersecurity. From the moment you checked your bank alerts to the way you secured your home Wi-Fi, you've already been living these principles. Domain 7 proves that security isn't just a job, it's a discipline woven into daily life. Up next is Domain 8, Software Development Security, where we learn to build secure systems from the inside out. See you then.